Hey guys, it's Jill. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome. So today we are going to talk about how I quit smoking cold turkey. So I was a smoker. I loved smoking. I didn't care how it smelled. I didn't care if my breath was nasty and disgusting and smelly. I loved smoking. There was just some enjoyment that I had. When I started, I was drinking coffee at that time. I don't drink it anymore because the caffeine irritates me, but it was just that thing. I just enjoyed it with a cup of coffee. Like back in my 20s when I used to drink, I used to love to smoke and drink. Like I loved like having a conversation with a person. It'd be just smoke. I loved smoking. I had kids, still love smoking. Loved it. No one was going to tell me I wasn't going to quit because I was not going to quit. I just didn't want to. 4 years ago, I left and separated from my ex-husband, and my kids also started getting older, and they started learning about the dangers of cigarettes and smoking. So it's real easy for you to be a smoker and to just kind of ignore all of the dangers that you're doing to your body on a daily basis. It was real easy for me to ignore that. And I would not even think about any of the things. As a matter of fact, it wasn't until I quit smoking and made the decision to quit that I went and actually researched what cigarettes do to the body. And I was literally in shock. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I was doing this to my body for 25 years. So trust me when I say I loved smoking, but my kids had gotten to a point where they were just like, they were really making me feel bad. My daughter would sometimes cry and be like, "You're killing yourself. Like, what are you doing?" And I really started to feel guilty. And then honestly, I just really didn't enjoy it as much anymore. It was probably, them reminding me like, "Hey, but you're basically killing yourself every time you go do that." And I don't know. So I will say that I was at the point where I was at a point where I had really cut back a lot. Not intentionally, but just because it was something that didn't thrill me anymore. I would go sometimes if I didn't feel good, I would go days without smoking. I wouldn't even bother going outside. I would go hours and hours and hours. I had gotten to the point where if I was out with a friend, I wouldn't bother to smoke. If I was, staying the night, at a hotel or something, how hotels now are like, you can't smoke here, you can't smoke here. So it was like an inconvenience. Before when I was younger, it was like you could really smoke anywhere. We still had, we still had smoking in restaurants. You were still able to smoke in hotels and all that stuff. And now it's getting more and more inconvenient to be a smoker anywhere you go. So with that being said, I'd go on vacation or I'd go to a hotel and I wouldn't be able to smoke, or I'd have to go do this, or I'd have to walk all the, and it's just like, I don't even feel like doing it. So it just became this thing where I just started doing it less and less and less. I went and I had a surgery in October. I had a DNC and I had something else done. I can't remember, but the results came back that I had cancer. I had cervical cancer. So we went ahead and made the decision that I was going to go ahead and fully heal from that, but then I was going to have a hysterectomy. And I decided to have a partial hysterectomy, so I still have my ovaries. So I had the hysterectomy on December 15th. COVID was, COVID's like obviously still a thing, but back in December, the hospitals were not allowing any guests. They were not allowing any of that. So I had to do this alone. I had to go, have surgery, stay overnight, and no one was allowed to visit me, be there with me, nothing. And when I woke up, and I'm saying all of these events because I was like proving to myself how strong I am. Like I beat cancer. I literally had to get a cancer diagnosis alone, me and my doctor, with no support of anyone else because of COVID. So I got a cancer diagnosis, beat cancer, had surgery. I'm like, I left an abusive husband, divorced him, I'm a single mom, I'm renting this beautiful home on my own. Like I am doing really hard things So I can quit smoking too. If I can do all of this, I can quit smoking and lose weight, because weight loss journey, y'all know weight loss journey, well, you might not know, but if you haven't ever had to go on a weight loss journey, it's tough. So with that being said, I woke up from surgery. I did not like the way that my lungs felt. And I just still say I blame the drugs. The drugs, thank you, because that was the best decision I ever made. But I woke up and I decided right then and there, I'm not gonna go and I'm not gonna smoke when I get home. And I had even, like a couple of days before, I went and I got like 5-6 packs of cigarettes. I purchased them to make sure that I had, because I knew I wasn't gonna be able to drive for like a week or two. And with that being said, I was like, I'm not gonna be able to go get cigarettes, so I'm gonna make sure that I have them on hand. Those are literally still in my freezer as we speak because my kids hid them from me. But yeah, I woke up and I was like, I'm not gonna smoke anymore. So I prayed and I said, Lord, please, after everything that I've been through, which is still probably nothing compared to what other people have been through, but it's been a lot and I've made it through, and you've given me strength to get through all of it. Please give me your strength to quit smoking, and please make this easy for me. Just please make this easy for me. And it was, like, I'm not gonna say it was easy, but it was way easier than I thought it was. Now, again, I had surgery. The doctor recommended, I would really love if you would not smoke for at least a week while your body heals. And I wasn't gonna tell him like I made the decision to quit smoking, because first of all, the drugs had already worn off at that point, and two, I didn't want to commit to it. You know, I had told myself, but I hadn't told, at this point I hadn't told anyone that I was going to quit smoking. So I go home the next day and I get home and I'm like, I have no desire to smoke. I'm out of it. I don't feel good. I just want to lay here. I don't even want to get up to stand to go outside to go smoke. So that day goes by. It is now like 2 days that I haven't had a cigarette. And then day 3 comes. Again, I don't have any desire to go smoke. Day 4 is when I finally told people. I was like, okay, I told my mom. I was like, because she was like, you haven't been outside to smoke any. And I had started feeling better. And I was like, yeah, I kind of made the decision to quit smoking when I woke up from surgery. And she was like, are you serious? And so it was me now telling people that made it real. So I can't go back on what I said. I told my children, I told my mom, I can't go back. My mom had been begging me to quit smoking as well. And, you know, my kids, like, who wants you to keep smoking? You know what I'm saying? Like, your family members just, they don't want you, because we all know the dangers of smoking. We all know the dangers of secondhand smoke. And even though my kids weren't around me while I was smoking, if I was outside, sometimes they would come out there and they would, you know, go to the other side of the yard, but they would still be out there while I was smoking. So with that being said, it's no longer about me. It's about them too. And, you know, the guilt, the realization of what cigarettes were doing to my body, my mind, my skin, everything, my teeth. It was just this thing that I no longer wanted to do. So the first week, I will say, was actually really easy. It was scary easy. But again, I had just had surgery. Having a hysterectomy, you really are out for the count for a week, and you pretty much do nothing but lay around. You know, so there really was no desire for me to go and smoke, because I was not feeling that great. It was just like, you know, I'm like, you know, kind of groggy still. You're kind of dealing with pain, and you already like are having to go to the, like, get up to go to the bathroom is already hassle enough. Like, I don't even want to think about going outside to go smoke. So that did help me a lot. Now comes my doctor appointment for my first checkup, and that's when I said to him, hey, I decided to quit smoking, so I haven't smoked. And he was over the moon excited, because of course, obviously, he too was telling me, I would really love to see you stop smoking. This is something that I would love to see you stop. but I understand, da, 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 you know, but because he told me, you know, before I left, I would really love if you wouldn't smoke for at least the first week. So he was really happy, and I'm like, I've told all of these people. I don't know if I've told the internet yet. I'm not sure if I told you guys yet. I feel like I waited to tell you guys, because a lot of you didn't even know I smoked. That wasn't something I openly shared. I never smoked on camera. A lot of times, like, cigarette packs would be in a view or in the background or something, and I'd be like, I would literally cut scenes out or refilm things because cigarettes were out, and then sometimes I was just like, oh, whatever. And like, not a whole lot of people would notice it when in those scenes where I like say scenes like I'm filming a movie or something, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So it's just yeah, it just, I don't think a whole lot of people knew. But I mean, I would even meet people, and because I had gotten to the point where I wasn't really smoking around anyone, I would kind of do it when I got home. Or yeah, I mean, I'm like, if I could go like 4 hours or 10 hours without smoking and without even craving a cigarette, like, I can quit. I really had gotten to the point, and I just no longer wanted to do it. So that's really how I quit. I will say 10 days after my surgery, it was 2 days before Christmas, my main channel, which is Missgreeneyes, and that was at that point, that was my main source of income. It was hacked. It was completely stolen from me. I could not get in it. I wasn't making money. It was devastating. So that day and those days leading up after that was very difficult to stay on track with me saying, you know, I'm not going to smoke, because that was a very, very, very stressful time. And of course, what do you do when you are stressed and you're a smoker? You go smoke more. So yeah, that was difficult. So it was about 10 days after, when my channel was stolen, I was tested. I was tested big time, and I'm happy to say I passed the test, and I have to thank God, his strength. Like I said, he made it super, like, it was way easier than I thought it was going to be. It was not without temptation. It was not without struggle, but because of my kids, and their support, like, I literally didn't want to disappoint them. And I also didn't want to disappoint myself. I knew this was something I was ready for, and I knew that the cravings were going to go away. So I just fought through them, and I fought through them, and I fought through them. And this whole time I was actively trying to lose weight too. So that was a joy too. I was definitely not a joy to be around, because yes, the irritability was, oh my gosh, it was insane. However, I always apologized. I always made sure, if I cussed someone out, or if I was rude, or if I yelled, you know, at my kids or whatever, I always made sure to apologize and say I'm sorry. I have noticed, however, and I would like to ask if any former smokers are watching this video, because it has now been a little over 4 months since I quit cold turkey. Have any of you noticed an increase in irritability? Like, I feel like I get angry way quicker than I used to. I do have a lot going on in my life right now, so it could be due to circumstances as to why I just kind of like am like more irritable. But I also wonder if it's because I don't have the cigarettes that helped with the irritability. I don't know. Or maybe it was the nicotine that would lead to irritability. I should be free of nicotine withdrawal by this point. It's been well over 4 months. So let me know in the comments down below, if any of you are former smokers, how long did it take for you to fully get through that irritability stage? And did you notice an increase in your irritability after quitting smoking? That's something I would love to know. Some things that I wrote down to help you quit smoking is to stop saying to yourself you can't. I said it so many times. I can't quit smoking. There's just no way. I just can't do it. It's just too hard. I can't control myself. I don't have any discipline. Stop saying that, just stop. So maybe you haven't practiced any of that, but trust me when I say you can do whatever you put your mind to. If you put your mind to it and you're like, I don't care what comes up in my life, I don't care what happens, I am going to quit smoking and nothing is gonna stop me, then you're gonna make it through. The next thing that I recommend is for you to fully believe it. Say, I'm going to quit smoking, and fully believe that that is the truth, that you are going to quit smoking. Another tip I have is don't wait until you're ready, because honestly, you're never gonna be ready. There's always going to be something come up where it's going to stress you out and you're just gonna be like, you know what, F it, I'm just gonna go smoke because I can't deal with this. Again, don't say I can't do it, but also don't wait until you're ready, because you're never going to be ready to do it. You're just not. Get everyone that you come in contact with on a daily basis to be in line, in support of your decision. I can't fathom and I can't see, I mean, unless you have a close relationship with a friend and y'all like, that's how you guys connect and that's how you guys conversate or whatever, and so maybe at that point they're either gonna have to sacrifice by not smoking in front of you, or you're gonna have to sacrifice by saying I can't see you until I'm not smoking. But get everyone that you come in contact with on a daily and a weekly basis to be on board with you. Again, I can't see someone not wanting to fully support a decision of you bettering your health. But I also know that, again, some people have those connections with cigarettes and that's like your thing and that's what you do. So that might be something, a little hurdle that you have to get over. But I feel like the people in your life should still support you. I know 100% if it weren't for God's strength and if it weren't for my children supporting me, I would have not quit. I wouldn't have. I would have completely went back once I started feeling better after my hysterectomy, and I would have been like, I'm smoking. I mean, I had the cigarettes right there. Like, I was at this point where I was like, okay, I've made the decision to quit, but I also don't want the cigarettes to not be here, because just having them here gave me that sense of security that like if I absolutely just lost control and absolutely needed one, it was there for me. It provided a sense of comfort. And for me, I just had my kids hide them from me. Again, we don't even know where the hell they are. We have no idea where they are. They're somewhere in my garage, in my deep freezer. We don't know. So I would like to give them away to smokers that I know, but I don't even know where they are to do that. I mean, I will find them somewhere, but yeah, definitely having a support system is crucial when it comes to quitting smoking. Be honest with people, let them know in advance. I'm probably going to be irritable for the next couple of weeks or maybe even the next couple of months, so just please forgive me. Apologize every single time that you yell at someone, you're short at someone, especially the people that are close to you. Try not to be that way towards people who don't know you, because you just don't want to badly treat people. But I had a conversation with my kids. Am I irritable? Am I more irritable? Absolutely yes. Like, you were like short fuse. And I said, well, would you rather me go start smoking again? And they said, absolutely not. We will take mean mom over smoking mom any day. So yeah, I feel like people in your life are going to be that way too. They're going to understand quitting smoking is not easy. You can put in your head that this is going to be easy, but also know that it's not going to be without challenges, and people in your life should totally understand that. So as you're smoking, and I know this might sound crazy, but I'm a full, firm believer in positive affirmation. So as you're smoking now, and this was something that I had started doing too prior to quitting and making the decision to quit, was I started thinking about how much I hated smoking. I started thinking about how much I hated my clothes smelling. I started thinking about how much I hated my hair smelling and how it made my breath smell and how it changed the color of my teeth and just all of the negative things about smoking. And I'd be like, I hate smoking. I hate smoking so much. Ugh, God, I hate smoking. Like, I just kept saying, you say, like, these aren't like positive affirmations, but just like affirming like something that you feel like, I don't want to do this anymore, I don't like this anymore, and get that in your head. That's going to make it much easier for you to quit, or make the decision to finally come to that decision to quit, because of the fact that you keep reminding yourself of what you're doing to your body. Again, when you're completely ignoring what cigarettes are actually doing, it's so easy for you to keep like, yeah, I love this. Like, this is my favorite thing to do. And I get that. I've been there. I know the connection that you have with cigarettes. You know, don't fear gaining weight. I was on a weight loss journey. I was actively trying to lose weight. Did I lose weight? Kind of, sort of. It was hard to tell because I had just had a hysterectomy, so I was so bloated, and you know, I did give in to binge cravings. I'm also like trying to overcome a binge eating disorder, so I had a lot of things against me. But I also know that I did not gain a ton of weight while I was trying to quit smoking. So don't even get in that attitude or that mind frame of, oh, I'm going to quit smoking and that automatically means I'm going to gain weight, because that is not the case, and it's not the case for everyone. And you can totally quit smoking and not gain any weight. Or if you're on a weight loss journey, it's totally possible for you to stay consistent. Maybe not lose weight. I mean, anything is possible. If you put your mind to it, yes, you can totally lose weight. But I definitely had some things where I always say I had to put my weight loss journey on hold, and I totally did, until I was fully recovered from my hysterectomy and fully over the whole cigarette withdrawal. Then I was able to finally fully focus on my weight loss journey. So I would just say, try to focus on, if you need that like whole mouth to finger, like hand to mouth sensation, and if you're gonna snack more, snack on healthier foods. And honestly, like if I think about like, oh, like trading my cigarette for some carrots, that doesn't excite me. So I would just be like, we're just gonna get through these cravings and we're just gonna fight through it. And some days were hard. Some days were harder than others. Some days were harder as far as the cravings were so intense. I will say I am very blessed in the fact that I really only remember like maybe 2 days out of the whole withdrawal period of me feeling like I can't do this. Like, I need a cigarette. I want a cigarette. I am on edge, like I want a cigarette. But every single time, because I would tell myself, like, try to trick my brain into like thinking, oh, you can just have this one to get over this craving. And I said no, because I don't want to smoke. I genuinely did not want to smoke anymore. And that one cigarette would have led me to continuing to have one more, and just one more, and just one more, and just one more, and I knew that wasn't going to be good. So I just had to keep reminding myself as to why I wanted to quit, why it wasn't worth it. I don't need cigarettes in my life. I'm saving so much money, this and that, and it all worked out. And I have not touched a cigarette in over 4 months. I have no desire to touch another cigarette. So I don't know, but it can be done, and I hope that these tips helped you guys. Definitely let me know in the comments down below if you're planning to quit smoking. Good luck to you. You've got this. Know that you can. Believe in yourself, because trust me, you can do anything and everything that you put your mind to. Trust and believe that you can, and it will be done. So put in your mind, I can quit smoking, and I can quit smoking without gaining any weight, if that's one of your fears, because that was my fears for so long. I even had doctors tell me I would much rather you quit smoking after you lose a good bit of your weight, because I would rather, you know, it's unhealthy for you. Both of them are unhealthy, but we would rather you get the weight off and then quit smoking. But I was able to do both at the same time. So I'm really proud of myself, and you can do it too. I promise you can. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.